Hello. 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 Oh no.
Hello,
Zip it, Hit Zip is
everyone.
here.
How are you? Fine,
Hello, everybody.
thank
My name's
you.
Markiplier.
That's a human, with a D.
Hello, human. It is I. Why
Hello, imbecile.
Oh looky Mobius is here. That's a VIP everyone.
Hello.
Ads suck I know. Your eyeballs pay for dog's food though.
Hello. Hi everyone. Oh my god, hi Allie. Hi. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Mobius. That's really like inconsiderate. Ainsworth. Yeah, I opened up the side panel on the bike. I don't know. I opened up the side panel on the bike today because I need to tap into the 12-volt line on the inside to connect the USB. And I'm just like, I don't really want to be in there. I've done so many electrical works. Is Boots a good name for a snake? There's a snake. There's a boot in my snake. I think it is. I think it's a funny name. Yeah. I don't really want to do more, but yeah. How's the hand? It's very slightly better. It's so cute. Yeah, it is. I got some feeling, like very little feeling back above the wound. It is still mostly numb because nerve damage be like that. But I don't think I don't think I destroyed the nerve. I think it's just shocked and it's gonna recover. So yeah, I don't really want to I don't want to do electrical work on the bike, but I really need a better USB charging port. So I decided to do it. That's coming in, I think, tomorrow. The tires are coming in tomorrow too. So I have my work cut out for me this weekend. Thankfully, tomorrow's Twitch Plays Pokemon, so I don't have to do too much, but the shaves be beaten. Yeah, exactly. Dog pretending me a subwoofer. Yeah, no, unfortunately, I'm a top woofer. A tweeter? Yeah. So I got a bunch of shit that I'm gonna do tomorrow. Let me go over the things that I did today, just because if people are here now, people are probably like actually invested. So I can yap about what I did today. So I got some things today. I got the shocks yesterday, I believe. Was it yesterday? Yeah. So I got the shocks yesterday. I got them mounted to the bike. So they're on the bike and they're mounted. And I believe I Loctited everything. I got the tubes. Can't use them. Tubes for the tires, for the new tires that are coming. Can't use them. The charging cable on my battery is an XLR cable. For those who don't know what that is, that's basically like a analog microphone cable because it can carry pretty good amperage and it's fine. But the way it works is that it passes through the frame of the bike. And it's super annoying because you got to get the XLR through the solid steel like opening, and it's kind of crowded and it doesn't fit exactly great. So what I ended up doing was I decided that I was going to take a really short XLR extension and put that in the bike so that the battery connects on the inside and then the charger connects on the outside, and then that little connection sits in that port, so I don't have to pull the battery out of that port anymore, which is nice. I got some, these are all yesterday. I got some socket adapters so I can use the torque wrench on the 1-inch socket for my dad's set. Blue and red Loctite for the bike. Zip ties got delivered today. I'm using the zip ties to squeeze down on the shocks that have not come in but are being delivered today. I got some grease for the pedal part of the bike. Got some very small, didn't think they were gonna be the small bottles, spray bottles, just to spray down stuff if I need to. Got some nylon, steel, and brass little scrubbers to try to get rust off of hard to get places. I got matte black Rust-Oleum spray paint. And essentially what I'm doing is that thankfully most of the bike is black, but there are parts of the bike that have been worn down and the bare metal underneath has been exposed. So I've taken some spray paint, I've sanded off the bare metal on areas that were really rusty, and I spray painted it. So I'll probably be doing it again later today, maybe tomorrow, just to help the surface prevent rust. The chain for the bike, I got a second chain because the other one is rusted to hell because I was not taking care of it. So I got a new chain for the bike that'll be coming in today. It hasn't arrived yet though. Hi, Banana. It's funny you say that because the song is playing. Thank you for the beds. I got the shocks for the bike, which are coming in, but haven't arrived yet because they're the same thing with the chain. They're being delivered by UPS. Got chain oil, or technically chain wax. It's a preventative for like rust and shit. So I got that, which I'll be using on the chain once I get it in. I got the new pedals for the crank arms for the bike. The pedals are bigger. They are more fun to use, as in like they were way easier to mount. Also Loctited those on, and they are smooth, man. They are fucking smooth. They're so good. They're also wider, so they're easier to get my foot on, which is nice. I got the fork grease to grease up the forks in the front before I put the silicone covers on, the little like dirt bike, you know, the little dirt bike accordion covers. I got a pair of those, so I'm gonna grease up the tubes. That'll help keep rust off of the tubes. The silicone will help prevent it from getting dinged, which exposes the metal and exposes it to rust. The fairing hasn't come in yet. That'll be coming in next week. And then I got a bunch of other stuff. How day 2? Did something happen again? No, just I'm still injured. That's all. No, I'm okay. Handlebar, and then I got the grips coming in, the new handlebars, the electrical system, the riser mounts, gloves, mechanic like leather gloves, so I don't injure myself again, hopefully. The better charger for the handlebars, and then the new handlebars, because the old ones are not as comfortable as they should be. Oi! Free kibble! So yeah, I got a bunch of stuff. And today I got all that. I did the spray paint, so I got the Rust-Oleum in. I spray painted the fork brace. I spray painted the bottom of the shocks where the fork brace makes contact. I spray painted the bottom of the shocks where the axle makes contact, and the powering up the shocks where the fork brace makes contact. And then I spray painted the inside of the rims because there was some exposed metal on the inside of the rims. Probably don't need it. Did it anyway. I mounted the pedals to the crank arms, the foot pedals to the crank arms. I opened up the side panel to expose the electrical stuff. I figured out where the 12 volt is so I can splice in the charger to that. I think that's it. Yeah, I got a lot of work to do. I'm excited to get the bike back together and take it out on a ride. See how much better it feels. But I've got days and days of work before I get to that point, and I will be taking another picture of it when it's all done. I don't think I took any pictures today because my phone was dying and I just kind of left it on a mobile battery charger to charge on the tractor that was in there. So no updated photos. There's really nothing to show. But yeah, so that came in. When the shocks come in, I have plans. The shock covers come in. I have plans to just go out there. I had to wipe off some of the grease because the spray paint was on it. So I'm probably going to do a little bit of more re-greasing, and then I'm going to slip the shock covers on. And then I'll probably do a second coat on them. Then tomorrow I'll take the shocks and I don't know if I'm going to put them in yet. I'll at least mount the shock brace or the shock brace to it, because because the shocks are out, all the things that mount to the shock are off, which makes them a lot easier to interact with, like get to and screw and unscrew. And the fairing that's coming in for the light that I have needs to go on one of those, and it's really annoying to try to do that with the shocks on because there's only so much working room. So I might do that. So I might not put the shocks on until I get the fairing in, and that fairing's gonna take a while to come in, which is gonna be kind of annoying. So I'm not entirely sure what I want to do. It's not gonna come in until Wednesday of next week, which is by far the latest. Give me a second. I'm gonna check real quick. As for today, I don't know what I'm doing. So we'll probably we'll probably yap for a bit. I might try to play some games, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Let me check on the fairing real quick, though. I am curious. I think it said Wednesday. It has shipped. It has shipped from UPS. Okay, and it's shipped out of Texas. UPS says also Wednesday. Fuck. All right. Texas. On Texas. So yeah, I might put everything back together before I get the fairing on and just deal with the fairing when it's all. I could go pick it up and drive it to me. Yeah, you could probably get here before Wednesday. Actually, where is it coming out of? Waco. If you add an M to that, it's a Pentapple brand. Yeah, because that's next Wednesday. That's gonna be a while from now. If I get, apparently I'm getting most of everything by Saturday. Yeah, so apparently I'm getting most of everything either tomorrow or the day after. So then I have to wait 3 more days next week. Yeah, I'm not gonna wait that long. I'm gonna put everything back together, and then when the fairing comes in, I'll work around it. Hi, Abu. Or KSA, whatever. Yeah, so I'll do that. I'll get the bike back together. I won't take pictures until the fairing is on, so you guys probably won't have an update until next week. But I'm gonna at least get most of it together and then take it out on drive. Wouldn't be the longest drive I've done. How long is it to get from the top of Texas to the bottom of Texas? Is it like a 6-hour drive? Or an 8-hour drive? Oh no, I guess it's actually pretty big. I'm not gonna Google it. I have somebody in Texas I can get it. It's a 7-hour drive? Damn, I was pretty close. What did I say, 6 to 8? I guess it depends on how fast you're going. Okay, I've had this happen. I regularly speed. Okay, I was about to say. I want to say I don't condone speeding, first of all. So let me just get that out of the way. But when I was in Colorado when I was a kid, that is weird to say, because I'm an adult now. Oh god. When I was in Colorado when I was a kid, I was in the passenger seat of my uncle's truck, and we drove out, and I think it was about a 2-hour drive to the job site. It was pretty far. We were doing solar panel installation. My uncle had to come back for whatever reason, but I was left with the guys, and one of the guys agreed, like, with my uncle that he'd drive me home and he'd drop me off, right? Okay. It was a 2-hour drive there. It was an hour and 10 minutes back. So, needless to say, we were fucking booking it. Like 90 miles plus an hour. We were passing by cars like they were standing still on the highway. And it was pretty spooky, but the highways weren't really bad. They're like, we weren't weaving in and out of traffic too much. We were mainly staying on the left lane and just were going, so we were screaming. And then whenever he had to pass a car, he'd slow down to like 60, 70 miles an hour, pass them, and then go right back to 90. So it was probably the safest speeding you could do, where for the most part in open stretches of road, he was booking it. But the second he had to like go around somebody or be in traffic, he dropped his speed down pretty considerably and then went around people and then fucking slammed it and then went like back to 90. So honestly, probably the safest speeding I've ever been a part of. Like Kumi? I don't know if that's one is supposed to be an I or not. I'm not saying the first 3 letters because that's just beta shit. Kumiko. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, so we were booking it. We were booking it the whole way. I'm pretty sure he stopped next to some hot chicks and he was like, "Hey, can you look out for cops for me?" And I was like, "Sure." I wouldn't admit to anything past 90 because that would be a felony. I swear, most people call me, yeah. I was like, well, the one is normally a common replacement for eyes, and I know Kumiko is like, you know, out of Japan, so like, the first person who hasn't, you're welcome. I'm apparently not that bad with names most of the time. Most of the time. But yeah, dude was pretty chill. We got home pretty quick. It was great. I really didn't want to sit in that car for another 2 hours. I was kind of grumpy, but yeah, we got home real fast, and I was like, all right, cool. He was like, don't tell anyone I did that. I was like, dude, I'm home. I don't even care. I'm gonna forget about it in a week. I have not forgotten about it. It's been more than 10 years. It's actually been more than 15 years. I still remember it. It was that. It was a crazy drive. I think it was because I've never gone that fast before. And it did something to me. I think it woke something up inside of me. I've never had the opportunity to, but I want to go find a straight piece of road and get like a fucking liter bike or a 1.2 liter bike and just go fast. Just go fast. Because there's something about moving through the world faster than what you can perceive. It puts you in like this weird trance. It puts you in this like, I can't tell what's going on anyway, so I might as well not pay attention. And it just, everything becomes a blur, and you just, I don't know, man. It does something to me. It does something to me. I want to drive an F-16, you know, a couple 100 feet above the ground, upside down, going like 600, 800 miles an hour. I don't know. But the thing is that like, you can't, I feel like I can pay attention. Yeah, it's such an indescribable feeling. It really is. But also at the same time, I feel like I'm a goldfish. Why is that? Because at the same time, you slip up and you're just like, if you slip up and you live, you're going to want to wish you were dead. Like, unless you had, like, dude, like you were wearing armor. You know what I mean? And everything was braced, right? So your limbs wouldn't go flying. You wouldn't do whatever. Like, you'd have an impact, right? You'd slam onto the ground. Your own weight would probably crush your bones, but I don't know. My internet is so bad. I'm watching it in 160p and the stream still froze. Oh, wow. I'm sorry, buddy. Being alive is kind of mid, so it's not a concern. The problem isn't about being alive or dead. It's the process of going between the two. I'm also bedridden. I'm just too exhausted to get up. Yeah, it's a mood. So last night, I'm glad I did a 3-hour stream, guys, because last night I got off. I had food. It was about 9 o'clock or so, 9 to 9:30. And I laid in bed and I was like, yeah, I'm falling asleep now. And I passed out till midnight. When I got off of stream. When I got off of stream, I fell asleep. Fuck, dude, I still haven't done the VIPs. Okay, hang on. I gotta message somebody to remind me. Give me a second. Self-reminder. Do VIPs. For fuck's sake. Okay, thank you. All right. Yeah, dude, I've been spacing really hard. I was supposed to do our monthly VIPs. I am also sick. I hate fevers. How long have you been sick for? Did you get it from somebody else or did you go out and get it? That's trash. I gotta throw that out. Right. Oh, also something I remembered, because somebody told me. I need to not get any more hand injuries because if I'm going to do hand tracking with the new model, I literally can't get hand injuries because then I won't be able to put the gloves on. Wow, crazy concept, right? I got it from my sister. I was taking care of her. Oh, is your sister better? I'll probably have to bid farewell then. Oh, to VIP? I don't know. Hang on, let's see. I can check right now. Give me a second. Well, I can check for some of the watch time stuff. Well, apparently Stream Elements is laying off more staff. So that's fun. Ah. Thank you for the follow. Loyalty settings. No. Leaderboard. Here we go. Current. No. Yes. But might be for bits. We'll have to check. So, Chaotic, Neva, and Hitsip right now are the top ones for VIP for watch time. If Chips doesn't get it, because Chips gets something like gifted subs or bits or anything like that, then it falls to Neva, Hitsip, and then Floof. So those will be the watch time VIPs. She's okay, but I'm dying. How long is she sick for? That should hopefully tell you how long you're gonna be sick for. Human, you are behind Fox, Dunel, and then Floof. So yeah, you're not enough lurking. Not enough lurking. Although I think we might have I don't know if this is a bot or not. I think this person might be one of our a new lurker. A new new day. Oh, hi Ruby. How you doing? And then let's see. Make stuff. So Chips, Human, and Hitsip. So all right, let's see who's what here. I guess I could do this live. So the watch time is Chips, Human, and Hitsip. That's gonna go to Neva and Hitsip, and then Chips. So yeah, Human, you're gonna fall out, and Neva's gonna take your spot. I do lurkin. Yeah, I love lurkers. It's great. I think I've seen them talk. I think I might have too. It might have just been a while ago. That's okay. I love my lurkers. I need to go back through and check for bits. We don't have any dono again this month. Oh no. Throne last month will. Oh no, Moist is already VIP, so we're gonna have another none. Because I think Boyce got me something off Throne. Yeah, he did. And then chat is probably gonna be Cryptic again, to be completely honest. Cryptic has been just carrying Twitch Voice Pokemon, so he's holding on to chat VIP. Honestly, if anyone, I'd want it to be Neva. That's fair. It's fair. Okay, let me go check bits real quick. Cheer. So we got Brookie, Dunel, Plushie. Oh wow, gold to get me bits. Nice. Brookie, Dunel. Oh my god, dude. Oh god. 25. Banana gave a bunch. Wow, Banana gave a lot last month. An Oculus, but Oculus is perma, so I don't need to worry about that. Oh, Janelle might actually end up securing it. Can't tell which one's which though. The only problem with doing the weeklies now is it's a lot harder to, unless, do I have tracking for it now? Hang on, I think I might have built tracking for it. Let me see. Holy shit, you're almost at 2,000 hours, Mobius. Christ. File location. I don't know. VIP tracking. Okay, I did not. Damn. All right, I'll need to do that. Because I'm not exactly sure where it starts. Yeah, I'll need to check. It's gonna take a while to do though. I'll start where it goes from 2 to 1 month, and then I'll just count everyone together. And then I'll need to do that on my own time. So it looks like the people in the running for the bit VIP are going to be I think it's either going to be Brooke or Dunel. Duniel. Yeah, because Oculus is already perma VIP. Banana is temp VIP. And then those two fought it out. Well, she didn't give enough. Voice is perma. Yeah, alright, so that'll be, those are the two people in the running for the VIP for the bit VIP for this month is gonna be either Brooke or Janelle. I'm Banana. Hi, Banana. Yes, I appreciate it, Banana. Thank you for helping out funding Warudo Pro. Well, I've been too busy spending more money than I probably should on getting my bike back to what I would want it to be. Maybe me. Yeah, it might be you. Yeah, there's a lot of like small ones. So the problem is that I wish I could, but it won't let me do it. It won't let me like collapse through the month, like each individual person who gave a certain amount. I can try to see if there's something. There's the bit history for me. Sending or getting bits? Sending bits. She's 5 million bits. Christ. That's not even possible. You can't even do that. I don't know if that's... let's see. I don't want products. All right, I don't care. All right, only if you have a bot that keeps track of it. Streamlabs or Tipsy Streamlabs. Not whatever. Oh, this is 8 years ago. I'm sorry. Wait, do I have an extension for it? I gave 299 bits last month. Did you track that up yourself? How did you do that? Because it'd be better for me to like let people know. Hi, Psychoptic, what's up? I thought I had a lead cheerleader board. There's a... Hang on. This will help me. But I don't want to use that one. I want to use like an extension. Oh, let me go in here. I can send bit history. Okay. I'm gonna go to the extensions. I'm gonna see if I can find the cheerleader boards and then enable that, and that will make my life easier. Not that one. I know I've seen cheerleader boards before, but I don't know which one it is. Leading cheers, total messages, chest apps. Okay, hang on. All right, display panels. Let's do cheers. Default panel, cheer. Oh, okay. Subscriber, chat stats. Then time zone of US Eastern. Save. Okay. Now let me see. Okay, let me go to... I'm gonna try to not look, because I don't want to see my viewership number. Okay. Edit panels. Oh, there we go. Oh, thank you for the gifted sub! Nice, let's go. I have no idea who that is, but let's go. Wait, hey, you got an achievement. A present for Doggo and friend. Hey, congratulations. Oh, hey, you're number 1 on gifted too now. Nice, dude. Boop-a-doo. Oh, so I can only have 3 extension panels. Okay. I think Tiger gets used a lot, or Tangia, whatever. Sound Orange really doesn't get used very much, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna replace that as panel 2. Okay. Undo that. Okay. Now we're gonna go into here. We're gonna configure. Cheer. No points. I don't know if chat stat's true, but we're gonna do that one anyway. Sorry guys, we're working on it. Is our extension just broken? Yeah, it just doesn't work. Okay, I guess we'll have to fuck around with that later. Yeah. Sorry about that. Sorry about this, guys. I just wanted to get something that's better to keep track. But hey, the current, at least the points leaderboard kind of tells you. Oh, there's the bits. Month. So this is the last 30 days. Okay, it's a little thin. Hang on, go ahead and make this wider. No, it just broke it. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if I want an all-time. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I might remove that. Yeah, I'm gonna remove that. All right. I'll do it myself. I'll go through and do the numbers myself. It's the least I can do. Okay. Sorry about that. I got very distracted. You're now one step closer to the goal. Every sub helps. Everything helps. Dude, I got so much shit I gotta do on the first I did not think of. We didn't do the food goal, so I need to put the food goal back up. So let me do that. There it is. And then let's go to overlays, edit. One of these days I'm going to change this name. Okay. And then oh, not that one. That one. Boy. I think it was 200 for food. And then session data, goals, reset, save. Yay! Okay. And now I just need to change one of the thingies. I think I deleted the other one. Hang on. Food. Nice. All right. Then, after that, once we get enough money for food, we can change the goal to something else. Perfect. Okay. I'm definitely doing work on stream. I'm not supposed to be doing that. I am a bad streamer. I apologize. But hey, if I keep talking, people can lurk, right? I just need to keep yapping. I just need to keep yapping. Don't stop yapping. Or I can get back to playing Minecraft. Okay, Psychoptic. Have fun. Thanks, Sky.
Oh, hello there.
Why did you throw a ball at me before saying hi? Hi, how are you? So for those who are wondering, for the people who are going to do like art and stuff, I am still actively working on the ref sheet as much as my artist and I can do. There's a lot of back and forths because I'm being very particular because this is a ref sheet and things need to be perfect, or at least as close to perfect as I can possibly get. So yeah, because you're a good streamer, so shush. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, so I'm gonna be doing a lot of work with them on the ref sheet. We have been going back and forth a little bit more recently. I think they had to take care of something IRL, and then I've gotten 2 updates in a single week. So I think they're trying to make sure that they're getting me updates more frequently. It can reach all the way out into mid-July. The real big problem right now is just the fact that there's a lot of work. There's just a lot of work. And because of that, it requires a lot of feedback in the sketching phase, which is what we're currently in. Because once we go from sketching to line, I'm basically going to end up being hands off. The sketching phase is really the most important, where we're doing like making sure ear size adjustments or, you know, the proportions for jackets or like the face, stuff like that is all going to be, you know, really nitpicked. And I'm trying to be a very good client. I'm trying to be nice. I know there's a lot of changes that are going to go through just because it's a lot of work. But I'm trying to make sure that, you know, they have enough room to breathe and they can take breaks and stuff like that. I'm not rushing them by any means, but I'm trying to respond quickly within, you know, 48 hours. I'm trying to get them changes within 48 hours so they can work. I'm having them take weekends off so they're not working. It's one of those things where it's like, I paid you money but I can't really tell you when you can and can't work. I would prefer if my artists didn't work on weekends. I'd prefer if my artists didn't work on weekends because I think everyone deserves a break. But at the same time, if they need to work on weekends because they need more clients and more work for more money, there's nothing I can really do about that. Rushies are a pain to draw for some, but they are necessary. Yeah, they are. And this is a big one. Did a heart hit you? Yes. Yes, when I get followed, I get a heart thrown at me. Sniff. Sniff the new chatter. Sniff them. Sniff Skull Shadow Master 42. Hi. Welcome. It's just no, it is Skull Shadow Master 42. If you ever see somebody in chat named Nimmy the Pooh, they will also full name you. Because it's just something funny to do. Like, yeah, everyone gets a shorthand. Sky Breezy YX, or Sky Breezy X goes to Sky, Banana are not real, go to Banana. You know, everyone gets shorthanded. It's just sometimes really funny when somebody has an extra long name of just being, hello, Skull Shadow Master 42. I don't know why, it makes me smile. I don't know, it's just funny. It's just funny to me. Paul. It makes me chuckle. We've had a couple of long names before, which are, you know, fine. Thank you for friend. God, dude, I spent so much money on the bike. It's really not, as in like this grand scheme of things for like mechanic work. Because I'm doing all the work myself. Like, I'm taking it apart. I'm doing everything. Like, I'm saving probably hundreds, if not thousands of dollars by doing all the work myself because I am my own mechanic. But, oh boy, the parts can be expensive. I thought the ball would do more damage. Oh, in order, a knife! Yeah, I need to be in Scruckle mode for the knife to work. I should change that. Let me change that. Hang on. We've had a couple of people who got tripped up with that. I think this is my fault. Let me go ahead and rename these. We're just gonna change the description. Scrunkle, copy, save. Just so that people don't waste their stuff. Armed and dangerous. Oh my god, I forgot I put that in there. That's a fucking Marvel Rivals reference. Armed and dangerous again. Damn it. Is the upload on my Wi-Fi 0.07? Are you on Wi-Fi?
That's a cat in the chat. Meow.
Oh my.
Meow.
Meow? Meow. Hi, Meow. But I thought you were playing Overwatch 2 and your sad day, Meow. Why do I thought you were playing Overwatch 2? Oh yeah, I haven't played Overwatch in a bit, huh? I've been thinking about coming back. I might give the game another shot. No, Cable. I have no idea. I haven't played your title. Ow. Oh, ow. Oh. Did I bait you with Overwatch? Is that why you showed up? Hi, Fox.
Hey,
No,
Hey, come here. Look at me. Hey, look at me. What'd I say? No. Come here. Look at me. Hey,
Is Chips telling me not to go back to Overwatch? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. Dude, I rage quit like how many months ago now? God, how many months ago? Did I play Overwatch at all this year? I think I did. That's why I commented usually just lurks. Well, hopefully I can be entertaining even while Yorkie. I've been enjoying Rivals. Kinda. Hawkeye is a little oppressive. Hawkeye is a lot oppressive, if you actually know how to aim. But, I'm an EP girl, you stream in my bedtime. That's fair. Yeah, you had a really fucked up schedule when you first came in, huh? Notices cat is a little warm. He's chilling on cool surfaces. I run my hand under some cold water and pet him. He looks at me like, you motherfucker, and starts grooming. Yeah, you gotta, if you want to cool your cats off, you gotta take ice, put it in a bag, and then like put a blanket over it or put a paper towel over it or something like that. Guys, I legitimately had to do that at one point when I was in my old home. We had a heat wave and it got up to like 90 something degrees. It was really bad. It was like mid to high 90s inside. It was bad. I couldn't sleep and I ended up taking a bunch of ice out of the freezer, putting it in the Ziploc bag, and then like wrapping it in a paper towel and just hugging it. And actually I did that last summer here too, I believe. I put ice in a water bottle and I just hugged it because I was so fucking hot. Indeed, I was making huge vegan cake half the day. Oh, wow, really? Wait, when? Recently? Or when you showed up? Hello, Piranha, how are you? Today? Oh, did you finish? Also, we lost the shiny names because my Discord server doesn't have enough boosts. So if you guys have any spare boosts you want to donate to the Discord server, hey, that'd be great. We can get our shiny names back for VIPs. My shiny names have disappeared. Because I think do we have 7 boosts? Oh wait, did we lose our shiny names? Hang on. I thought we did. Yeah, we lost our shiny names. Wait, how do I get that back? I want to buy shiny names. Oh, it requires 3 server boosts. And we only have, wait, we have 3 boosts. What? I am confused. I am confused. Boost the server with additional perks. Beta. Unlock these perks individually. No boosts level required. Oh, I gotta pay for it? Wait. Hang on. I need to learn more about this. What is this? $100 a year for shiny names is crazy. You get a discount as part of your Nitro subscription. One available, 2 spent, 3 total. Huh. I'm not sure I follow what this means. I guess we'll figure it out eventually. I'm doing okay. I do have this frozen chemical pack in the freezer that came from the lunchbox in middle school. In fridge, I'm gonna spray it over with some chocolate ropes in a few minutes before sleep. In fridge. Ah, okay. Well, when you're done, you should send a picture in media. Yeah, it's if you're bro whatting me, it's confusing because like there's these weird beta things where like you can get server boosts and then you can spend server boosts. But like, yeah, I have no idea. I think it's a monthly thing. So if you get, I don't know. I don't know. I need more boosts. More people need to get nitro and boost me. I'm very confused. I'm bro wanting the $100 year for shiny int. So, well, it's because it's really weird. It says you can like buy it with boosts. I said you can buy it with boosts, and then but the boosts, did the server boost? You boost the boost and boost. You boost the server, and then I spend a server boost on buying the names. I'm gonna have a fucking aneurysm. I have no idea how this shit works. I can enable them if I give them an extra $90, or is it $60? I don't know. It's like 30 something. I don't know. I have no idea. I just thought the shiny names were cool. But now it's the VIPs are just pink, I guess. Why are server boosts a currency? I don't know. Maybe to incentivize people to like spend their boost money. Okay, what the fuck? How you doing, Sin? Sin! Has there been any progress with disability shit? It's not me this time. Doing well, getting ready for work. How's that going? I cannot wait to get my bike back together, dude. It's gonna be a pain in the ass getting these tires back on with a hurt hand. Ain't heard shit. Gonna try a new office. Oh, that sucks. Have you like requested information and they just never got back to you? Do you need to like walk in and yell at people? Oh, they came and actually sealed my garbage disposal. Like, hey, nice, let's go. People are just dragging ass. I was gonna say welcome to the government, but then I realized I don't really need to say that to you. That's funny. Average bureaucracy, pretty much. I'm hearing the next city over are pretty damn quick. Okay, all right. Wasn't there like a dude who was gonna try to get you like the most benefits and shit, who was supposed to be really cool? What the fuck happened to that guy? Sounds like a slightly above average bureaucracy. Super Earth wouldn't have this problem. Super Earth takes care of its citizens most of the time. The ones that don't get taken care of are not citizens. Oh, I see. Okay. I gotcha. Super Earth would have had an AI on it and you'd be done within a day. Hell yeah, dude. My brain is just like, hell yeah, brother. I do love the whole like
time for dogs.
Oh, I gotta log in at some point and check my rewards for that and see if there's anything else. Unless you're a colonist and then you can. It is really cool to see how like Helldivers are revered and well, Helldivers. Dude, the SEAF was so cool. And I think the reason why it was really cool was I could actually do shit. Some has experience with hardwood. My neighbor asked me if I can help her with that too. I guess her bench broke. I mean, I kind of do. Why? What's up? I mean, working with hardwood is kind of similar to working with softwood, just it's harder. Well, depending on if you're staining it. There are some differences. She has a bench, I think, and I need to replace an old broken wood, I think. Well, what's wrong with the bench? I love this song. He's in the fireman, I'm too hot. I wonder if that actually got delivered yet. I don't think it did. UPS has the package. It's fucking 5 o'clock, dude. Let me check. Uptown Funk gonna give it to you. Saturday night we hit the spot. So much work to do. I can't wait to get the bike. Dude, the bike's gonna be so awesome when it gets back together. I'm so excited. I spent a lot of money on it, but I'm really excited. And Danielle, I have no clues. I just know how to fix her kids' bikes, and now I need to repair everything. Hey, you worked on bikes. You can do woodworking, right? Like, I have hammer and nail. You can make, dude, you can do a lot with hammer and nails. Like a lot. Hammer, nails, and a single hand saw. And you can build a lot. You can build an entire house. Literally. Literally, you can build an entire house with hammer, nails, and a handsaw. Kind of crazy if you think about it. The handyman version of you know how to use a computer? How do I completely install my OS? Yeah. Oh, you're a watercolor artist? Hey, can you do my logo? Hallelujah. Oh, it was delivered. Wait, was it? Oh, no, that's the wrong one. All right, hang on, guys. I'm gonna go see if the package is sitting on the deck. Give me a second. I only have a PC and bike equipment now and a garden. You can, I mean, you can do it, but you know, it's up to you. I don't have anything like. All right, hang on. Oh, wait. I'm back. That was really weird. Oh. Okay. Wait, is Meow in ads? Okay. Okay. No way I'm getting ads for wood equipment. This wouldn't happen if you were You can't hear me anyway. Down, funk you up. I said on down, funk you up. Okay. I don't know why this got sent through. Yes. I guess maybe. Oh, is because they sent it through next day air. Dude. Guys, I'm not gonna lie. Amazon Prime, if you guys really look into it sometimes, you look at the labels on packages and shit, Amazon Prime, if you order a couple of things, basically pays for itself. This 2-pound package got shipped next day air. That wasn't cheap. Oh, okay. So that's what the shocks are like. Or the shock covers, rather. Sorry, I have a problem. If I get a package, I have to open it immediately. because, yep. Oh, so they come with little clamps. Oh, cool. Did I not need the zip ties? No, I probably still need the zip ties. Okay, and then that just probably goes over the triple tree clamp. Oh no, this goes over the top. Oh, maybe I didn't need zip ties. Okay. It's definitely not going down there. Nifty. Okay. Well, the zip ties are black,
That's
so they'll probably look better.
Your
Ah!
eyeballs pay for dog's food, though.
Package! That is me, yes. Yes, I love packages. Wait, hang on. I love getting packages? Wait, no. Just... You know what I mean. You know what I mean. It's fine. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do zip ties on this because that looks horrendous. Okay. Now I'm getting Spanish Nintendo ads. Oh, did anyone get into the Switch too? Also, I swear to God, Meow, they just straight up read your they read your chat messages. They just probably straight up read your chat messages and then do that for targeted ads. Did you turn off your sub discount already? That Twitch turns on by default, but only cut on your share? I don't think that's on. Let me see. It says discounted community. No, next upcoming discount, June 7th of 2025 to June 4th of 2025. These discounts take the form of site-wide, available changes specified time, optional treasure chains in this article. Opting out. I literally cannot turn it off. Oh, you can only change the setting when you're not live. Okay. I don't know if I want to turn it off. I don't think you know what? No, I'm not going to turn it off because subs aren't about the money. Subs are about the advertisement. So I'm going to leave it on June 7th. So tomorrow for a week. Okay. Because like, then I can tell Moist, I'd be like, hey dude, we're gifted subs are on a discount. Because yeah. Every German streamer had it on by default. I do too. I think everyone has it on by default. Will not be buying Nintendo products personally. Did they do something specific or like any reason? I just like their business practice and policies. God damn. You're so fucking real for that. I want to get Switch 2, but not yet. I don't have anyone to play it with, so I'm going to wait for Banger Games. Yeah, I'm kind of a solo gamer. I don't really have games I play with people. And I think that's partially because, like... Whoops. I think it's partially because I don't really game when I'm not streaming because I feel like I could be streaming while gaming. So I don't game when I don't stream, you know? It's only on my share. Twitch gets the same amount of money. Yeah. From a business standpoint, it's understandable. From a business standpoint, you're allowing people to just take less money for the sake of making it cheaper, which is still a good thing. Like, I'm leaving it on because I don't really get a lot of money from subs. I get most of my money from bits. Subs have primarily always been get, like, if I can make it cheaper for people to not watch ads and take the money out of my own pocket, I will. Because it's always, for me, subs have always been about community, like, bonding, right? Allowing other people to be able to watch stream without having to see advertisements. Getting new people into stream like Knack from random site-wide gifted subs. I've never really been in that part for the money. I do know some bigger streamers very much are. Like, I do understand that it can impact bigger streamers pretty substantially. But Twitch can't take that hit to their income because they're going to have to put it somewhere else, you know? In Germany, no one uses bits. It's only subs. Really? Yeah. I guess that would make sense. Genuinely love to have a Nintendo Switch. Animal Crossing looks so fun during the lockdowns, but I will not be encouraged the way they run things by buying from them. Yeah, encourage the way that they're running things. Yeah, it's totally understandable. I agree. It's kind of shitty. They haven't been good to anyone. They're legitimately trying to be the Apple and Nvidia of consoles, I feel like. But yeah, at least you can opt out of it. I don't like that it's opt out instead of opt in, because what Twitch is trying to do with it being opt out by default and having everyone be opt in is that they're just trying to make more money by taking that money away from their content creators, which is not cool. Thought about getting the Switch too, but then I thought it should be more worth to grab like a PC laptop. Yeah. Kinda. Yeah, kinda is. Kinda is, I agree. Because then you could just run emulations. They have NVIDIA chips. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Emulation and also not having to pay to play online. Oh, that should have never fucking became a thing, dude. I got out of the console gaming space, thankfully. I got out after the PlayStation 3. And dude, so many people on PlayStation were like, haha, you have to pay for your internet. Haha, you have to pay for it. You have to pay for it. Haha, haha, Xbox Game Pass. And then at some point they mentioned they launched PS Plus and everyone was like, wait, no, wait, no, wait. And fucking, yep, bend over, PlayStation Network is coming for you. Don't buy a laptop if you don't have to. Yeah, I mean, bang for the buck performance wise, like desktops will always be better, but if you don't have the space, or if you're like me, and like power requirements are a thing, because electricity is expensive where you are, or like, you know, there's a bunch of reasons to get a laptop. Yes, Sony did. No, meow, stop that. I spent 600 pounds on a new phone instead. Now I have a second phone for works. That's probably for the best, honestly. You can just turn that one off and you turn work off. I remember getting the Switch and Animal Crossing as a kid. I was so excited to play with friends, but they told me, oh, yeah, by the way, you got to pay to play online with it. Yeah. Oh. Also? Oh, fuck, dude. Getting a Switch as a kid, and I'm like, what do you mean as a kid? Oh, if you were 14 or 15 years old and you got the Switch, you're like 22, 23 now. Dude, I fucking forgot how long the Switch was out for. Like, when did the Switch originally launch? Hang on. Didn't it, like, launch before the PS4? Wait, 2017? Yeah, 8 years ago. No, the PlayStation 4 launched in 2013. Wait, the PlayStation 4 launched 12 years ago? Wait, how long ago did the PlayStation 5 launch? 2020. 5 years ago? Guys, help. I don't like this anymore. I don't like it. Guys, do you remember when the PlayStation 5 launched? And it was all like, next gen graphics, next gen, next gen, next gen, next gen, next. And they ran that for like 2.5, 3 years. Do you guys remember that? Like everything was all quote unquote next gen. And it was like 2 years old. Day 2 of? Oh, out day 2? Yeah, because today's the second day of me nursing my injury. 5 fucking years ago? That means that, like, people graduating high school right now looking to get into college had the PlayStation 5 launched when they were in middle school. Wait. And then we're 5 when the PlayStation... Jesus Christ. Are you okay? I sliced open my thumb. But you know, COVID-19 was 6 years ago. Dude, the fallout from that fucking thing is still strong. Jeez. Oh, you want to feel really old? Hey, does anyone remember Finding Nemo being in movies, like movie theaters? Probably not. Actually, I can almost guarantee you that unless, who was it? Hang on. Franzi? Unless Franzi's here? Is your thumb okay? It'll be okay. Wait, some people might not have been alive. Oh, fuck. Also, hey, fun fact, I'm not buying The Witcher 4. Do you guys want to know why? Do you guys want to know why I'm not buying on Witcher 4? Let me go look. Hang on. Yep, that's why I'm buying The Witcher 4. No, I never played The Witcher. Is it fun? Witcher 3 was pretty fun. I'm not buying The Witcher 4. Why? Because they're launching it on Unreal Engine 5. And I'm told you guys, I'm fucking boycotting any game that has Unreal Engine 5 until they can fucking prove that they're not going to be plagued with performance issues. Yep. Dude, I am not fucking with games that come out on Unreal Engine anymore. Every game has been just an absolute shit show on Unreal Engine. A $700 GPU not being able to play at higher than like 50 FPS without frame gen and fucking upscaling is no. Nope. I don't care if it's 3 years old. It's a fucking 3080. By Witcher 4 to make anti-woke men mad. Well, yeah, that's fair. I think Siri looks really good. Okay, maybe not in that picture. Yeah. Dude, look at the size of her lips, man. How can people be like... I don't know. She's fucking gorgeous, dude. Like, look at this shit. I don't know what it is. It's got to be Twitter. People are always like really pissed off. Like, that's a woman. Yeah, she's got a bit of a strong jawline. It's not angled that much, but like, she's a fucking Witcher, I think. So yeah, like, no, she's not gonna be cute. She's like, her being dainty or feminine just doesn't fit the vibe of the game. If you like there's so many games. Like, if you want a game like that, go fucking play what is it? Scarlet Blade? Whatever that game where the patch notes literally changed it so her tits would be more physically accurate in one of the cutscenes. You know what I mean? Like, Stellar Blade. Just go play any of the other Gooter games. Like, there is no shortage of them. Yeah, but women in war never survived the trials of grasses. Yes. Well, no woman in lore so far has. And that's okay. So that's one of the things about people. So there's two things, right? There are people who state, actually, based on the lore, it can never happen. And then there are people who are like, actually disregard lore. So things that don't happen in lore are open-ended enough to make a story out of. The first time this happens, the first time that happens, the last time this happens, you know what I mean? The impression I got from the lore is that they tried it until the point of never doing it again because it doesn't work. And that's the thing, is that you can make a story that overcomes that. Maybe the methodology is different. Maybe the bloodline needs to be different, right? I think purists can be a problem if they don't let stories grow. She's got powers and stuff. She could feasibly be even cooler than a Witcher. And she could be. Like, for all we know, the development of the story could literally just end up being the Witcher creation process is imperfect. You know what I mean? Like, it could be a story about doing something or maintaining something where the process Ciri goes through makes her stronger than any of the Witcher processes because it's more researched and refined. You know what I mean? Or just didn't have the right person. Yeah, it could be anything like that. And that's why I never stick too hard. Now, there are definitely things that in stories are blatant disregards of lore. For instance, if they released the game and she was a Witcher and they were like, yeah, she just became a Witcher, and then they just moved on. That's not cool, because it has been established that that can't happen. And if you just wave your hand and says it does happen, then it's disregarding it because you haven't given an explanation. Like, you haven't given a reason. You haven't given stuff, you know what I mean, to justify it. If it can be justified, then it can make a great story. If it can't be justified and it's hand waved, then it's fucking bullshit and not respecting the source material. I think there's a very fine line with that, though. And I think it takes respecting the source material to change the source material in a way that people are going to be comfortable with. And apparently there have been a lot of problems with that in movies recently. So not a lot of people have faith that people can do that. Oh, I guess, and in games. I wouldn't even care if it wasn't. It's such a minor thing that not matter at all personally for me. Yeah, and it depends, right? So for you, it doesn't matter. But for people who have been around since like the tabletop game and the books and like, you know, where this is all based out of, it could be a big deal, right? It could be reading a book and thinking that's really cool, and then going to watch the movie Aragorn and just having it absolutely bomb. Looks at Fallout 4, including post-war power armor and pre-war ruins, and adding a whole new set of power armor in the pre-war segment, while also claiming T-51 is the most advanced set of pre-war power. Yeah. That's like disregarding your own universe. Or we want to make it cooler. It feels very like Fallout is why I'm such a lore purist, because they constantly go back on shit and change it. I'm gonna lurk again. It late. Okay, have a good lurky. Post pics in the media channel for food stuff. Yeah, it's it's very indicative of a company who's more set on developing a story for the game with no like transition period, right? Oh, this is a thing now and this is a thing now, and we're just going to change those things so we can make a story from it. And I was like, hello, you can't do that. Because like, didn't Fallout 1 and 2 do really well with stuff like that? Because they weren't under Bethesda or something. They were like somebody else completely. And then Fallout 3, they got bought out from Bethesda. Like, wasn't New Vegas and the one before that like its own completely different team? So about 18, 116 links. Oh. Wow. Okay. I literally just came out because the corner got cracked. So that's really glad that was still in there then. That's important. High carbon steel. Black Isle Studios made 1 and 2 as a wrong pose to losing the Wastelands to EA. Yeah. And they pioneered their own thing. And then Bethesda acquired the IP and did whatever they wanted with it. Yeah. See, this is the thing is like, I really don't like Bethesda. I'm not gonna lie, guys. Bethesda had a kind of good running with some of the older Elder Scrolls games, but they have kind of proven time and time again that they are just falling away from what they used to be, you know? Also, not Emil Pargaro, Bethesda's head writer, saying that they were not going to be beholden to some of these, something somebody wrote 20 years ago when they responded to the questions about retcons. Jesus Christ. Hey, did you know that's how stories work? Did you know that? Like, you can just make a new universe. That's fine. That's what fucking almost every single comic book creators have done. Is they just made a new universe. Why? Because they wanted to fucking, like, they wanted to keep lore for the people who really like the purest lore. Like, they wanted to not disrespect the authors they've had. And I think that's perfectly fine. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's perfectly fine to make a whole new universe with what-ifisms and, like, just different shit, because you want to respect the creations of the authors that you know, had all those years ago. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I just think companies have some fucking thing against that for some reason. 2010 Obsidian had a bunch of people from the defunct Black Isle Studios in it at the time. Yeah. Makes sense. Ooh, this is a pretty chain. Damn, this is a good looking chain. I forgot what a chain that, you know, isn't covered in rust looks like. Don't mind me, I'm just playing with my chain. Pretty chunky chain too. I'm excited to get this on the bike. More literally so with 76. Oh, I didn't read the message before it. Fallout 1 and 2 in New Vegas showcased a world moving on from an apocalypse, despite inhabiting a strange new world. 3 and 4 and 76 act like the apocalypse happened yesterday. Yeah, that is a bit of a change from the whole style, huh? Instead of being about something where it had already happened and been a thing for a while now, you move out of it. It's about, like, you know, maybe that's why I didn't really like 76, to be completely honest, or 4. To be completely honest with you guys, I did not like 4. It felt very nothing burgery. Like, it didn't feel like it had a premise to stand on. Like, I understand the whole concept of, they took my baby, I must go save my baby. But it's so lackluster. Am I wrong? Like, doesn't that feel like, isn't the whole child in danger thing, like, people have talked about the fact that putting a child in danger is one of like the most cliche writing tools ever, and that it is such a cheap way to get empathy from your audience. Like, and that's kind of what Fallout 4 felt like for me. I was just some random nobody that had a child and a wife, like, and my wife just got shot, and I'm just sitting here like, okay, well, that could have been used for anything else other than killing, but I guess not. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. The story of Fallout 4 is the inverse of Fallout 3, but with New Vegas's faction choice thing slapped on. Yeah, I'm not aware of a lot of the other games. All I know is I played 4, and it felt kind of crappy. You know? I don't know how to properly describe it. It just didn't, like, it wasn't compelling. That's what it is. Okay, that's a better way to describe it. Fallout 4 did not feel compelling. It felt kind of shitty, to be completely honest with you. Like, we had a protagonist who could talk, which is basically one of the, like, if you can have a protagonist that can talk, it is one of the ultimate tools in being a narrative story driven game, because you can make the protagonist, like the person you're playing, you can make them a character. You know what I mean? And when you have a character who can talk and you're not showing their struggles or whatever, like, it felt like this weird amalgamation of a game that wanted to be a story-based RPG style game, but also just a normal RPG game with like stats and shit. Be older. That's cute. I don't know why I did this, guys. I now can no longer get the chain back in the package. I wanted to play with the chain. I'm regretting playing with my chain. This is one of those things where, like, how did this get in the package in the first place? Yeah. If there's a patch of barren land filled with hostile mutants, radiation pits, and there's no crops or clean water, and they still have the problem 200 years after the apocalypse, no one is going to live there. Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much. Not a fan. I'm gonna just put this over here and not touch it. Yeah, like, if I ask people what was the lore of Fallout 4, like, most people just say we had someone named Sean as a child and we spent the entire game trying to find him. There was no real compelling characters. There was really no story arcs. I mean, the investigator dude was kind of cool. Was it Valentine? Like, that was kind of cool, but that's the only thing I remember, you know? Like, you know what it felt like? It felt like Risk of Rain. No, Heavy Rain. Is that what it was? The PlayStation 4 narrative game. It felt like Heavy Rain mixed with Skyrim, and not in a good way. Not to mention them ripping the same villains from Fallout 2 instead of coming up with something themselves. Dude. Yeah. Yeah. Bethesda has just had problems. Yeah. Because what has Bethesda done in the last 20 years? You know what? Fuck it. No, you know what? Let's do the last 15 years. Okay, outside of re-releasing Skyrim. And we're not going to consider Doom because I feel like Doom is mainly by ID Software and is like licensed by Bethesda or some crazy shit. Let's see. We have Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, Starfield, Redfall. Wait, wasn't Redfall like really shittily received? Oh look, it was made in Unreal Engine 4. Ha ha ha. Two and a half stars. Wait, hang on. Yeah, I think it is. Mostly negative. The game is so good, not even the developers or playtesters went to the final area of the game and found out if it actually loads in co-op mode. I am serious. If you ever try to rejoin a co-op session in the last map, you will get an infinite loading and the save file will never load in co-op mode again. So that was terrible. Hi-Fi Rush. Oh wait, Hi-Fi Rush was actually pretty good. Oh wait, these are the games they published. Yeah, so not the games they made. Hi-Fi Rush was pretty good. And then they shut down the fucking studio, dude. Like, one of their best games in the recent years, and then they got fucking shut down. And they had to get bought out. Who bought out Hi-Fi Rush? Or Tango Gameworks. Who bought them out? They were founded in Japan. The Evil Within, Ghostwire Tokyo. Had 100 employees. Oh, Krafton bought them. No, ZeniMax Media. They were under ZeniMax Media 2010 to 2024. Yeah, it could be possible that Microsoft killed them. But, you know, like, that's Bethesda now. Like, I'm sorry, Bethesda said yes to the deal from Microsoft. So, like, yeah, that's Bethesda now. You know what I mean? You can't take away the parasite from the body. Yeah, they have not had a good run. And you know what I think it is? Kind of genuinely. I think it's like, I think it's people not understanding that genuinely, sometimes the success or failure of a game development studio and games as a whole from that development studio can rest on like 3 people. It really actually can. And it's not the company. It's the 2 or 3 people at the company that kept shooting down really dumbass decisions and made games great. The writers, notwithstanding, their contentedness with releasing broken, unfinished games annoys the hell out of me. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Dude, we're gonna have such a huge... I'm telling you right now, if the next Elder Scrolls game comes out, and it is not like Grand Theft, like if the next Elder Scrolls game comes out and it is not similar to Grand Theft Auto for Bethesda, like, you know, Rockstar's Grand Theft Auto for Bethesda, if it comes out and it's another Starfield, I think they're done. Because Bethesda, that's why people know them. Like, they might know them more for like Doom and stuff like that. That's primarily ID Software. And it's UE5. It might be. Like, it genuinely could be. They've done a lot of work with the creation engine for Starfield, but like, you know, they're not a game engine development studio. I don't know, dude. I don't want it to be, but like, yeah, I'm worried. Because I want another Skyrim game, better even, you know, like I want a better Skyrim. I want more voice actors. I want immersive cutscenes. I want fucking, you know what I want? I want Cyberpunk 2077 quality. I can't believe I just said that. From Elder Scrolls. Because I'm going to say this as somebody who literally pre-ordered Cyberpunk 2077 and played the game at launch and was absolutely pissed at how bad the launch of that game was. I will say that they have still, even with all of that crap, that game is still narratively amazing. And I won't take that away from Cyberpunk. Like, that game, Cyberpunk's game narratively is absolutely phenomenal. And I wish we had more role-play games, RPGs, that were like that. Because, damn, dude. Damn. Cyberpunk was so fucking good. I've heard it's going to be set around Iliac Bay, and you can sail across it and stuff. But my worry is that it's going to get the Starfield loading zone treatment. Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's 100. Like, that's a game engine thing. That's why I'm saying they might go with Unreal Engine just so they don't have to do loading screen stuff. Because, like, I don't know how viable it is for them to change, like, their game mechanics. Like, or engine mechanics, rather. And this is becoming a problem. Unreal Engine is... There's too much Unreal Engine. There's just too much Unreal Engine. It's starting to actually become a hindrance. You know? Like... Game engines in gen... Something happened. Must have been like 4 years ago. Something happened in the game development industry where game engine creators just absolutely fucking tanked in quality. When I can load or play Battlefield 4 in like hundreds and hundreds of FPS and it still looks pretty good, like how are games coming out that genuinely look like they're from the early 2010s era and just running like ass? Like, just because we have all of these fancy things doesn't mean dick if people don't get to enjoy the game. Like, I don't want a pretty slideshow. I want a game that can run that's not as pretty. Please. The budget needs to stop going up. Yeah, and it's like... And I think it's kind of genuinely just Unreal Engine 5. I don't think I've had this problem with earlier Unreal games. Like, Unreal Engine 4 was fine. Like, 5 is a fucking shit show. And I can't tell if I'm supposed to blame Epic Games or whoever owns Epic Games that makes Unreal. I don't know if I'm supposed to blame Epic Games or if I'm supposed to blame developers. Because, like, who do I fucking yell at here? Do I yell at corporate not giving developers enough time for the game to be optimized in Unreal? Or do I yell at Unreal not having a well-optimized solution out of the box where developers don't need to do that? Like, who do I point the gun at? Who's to blame here? All of the above. Dude, I wish I knew. Because I don't like blaming developers. And you know what? Here's the honest truth. 90% of the time, it's not the devs. Tencent. Yeah, really though. Here's the honest truth. I don't think it's any developers. I'm sure developers play their game and go, this is running at 30 FPS, guys. We really need to optimize this. And company and corporates go, we'll turn on frame gen and super sampling.
Chips, please
And
not
they
the
turn on
spray
frame gen and
bottle
super
again.
sampling, and it's like, oh, it's 100 FPS now. It's fine. And it's like, no, it's not. No, we need this game to run 60 FPS minimum. Like we need this game to run 60 FPS minimum without all of this stuff. And it's like, well, no, just turn it on by default, right? Have it out of the installation. Just have it set to like quality for DLSS and have frame gen just default turned on systems. It'll be fine. No one will notice. And it's like, everyone has noticed that because frame gen doesn't fix mouse input delay or controller input delay. I blame EA. Yeah. I think these will work. I need to go outside and check, but I'll do that after stream. Man, it sucks. How's my thumb doing? Can I play? Oh. Maybe not. Oh, maybe if I... okay. I might be able to do 9 souls. Maybe. Hang on. Okay, what about jumping? Okay, I need to use games that don't use alt. Okay, hang on. I really messed up my thumb, huh? I blame executives and publishers for rushing. I blame developers who are demonstrably lazy, and I blame engine designers for making shoddy engines. And most of all, I blame permissive consumers for rewarding all of it. Yes. I don't think developers are lazy. And I want to put a stop to that because I have met game designers and I have seen videos of people walking through with a lot of like boots on the ground developers who are super passionate about the game that they're working on, but like demonstrably. Hang on, I'm not entirely familiar with this word. Let me see. In a way that is clearly apparent or capable of being logically proved. No, I still don't think there are lazy devs out there. Because no one gets into game development to be lazy. That's the thing. Right? Like, there are lazy chefs. I don't know. It's really hard. Because, like, it's one of those things where it's such a niche field and there's no reward for doing it. Like, you're not getting paid a lot. You know what I mean? It's hard. I'm not saying there's not lazy devs. There are. Absolutely. But I feel like the majority of developers are developers because they have a passion to do so. And they want things to be good. I really do think it's a lot of everything else, though. And honestly, most of the blame falls on fucking consumers, dude. Yeah, sure, just keep buying it. Keep buying it and make it worse for everyone else until it is so terrible no one wants to buy it anymore. And then only the whales will buy it. Yeah, it's aggravating. Fucking horse armor. Dude, paying... Companies used to spend literally millions of dollars making new games for people to buy at $60. Millions and millions of dollars and hundreds of thousands of labor hours to make new fun games for people to play. And then you motherfuckers went out and spent $20 or $30 on a skin and said, hey, that one developer you have for 3D modeling, yeah, their whole work in a week or two instead of, 2 or 3 years, one 3D modeler for 3 weeks of work to buy a $20 skin, right? Yeah, that's worth the same amount as millions of dollars and hundreds of thousands of man hours. That's worth about the same amount. And companies went, oh, well, we're just not going to do that anymore. Skins were the worst thing to happen to the gaming industry. 100%. Skins were the worst thing to happen to the gaming industry. It was better. This skin is worth a fourth, a third, or half of the entire game. Or sometimes, what? 6, 7, 8 times? We're talking like Apex Mythic skins. We're talking like League of Legends skins. Like, companies have just stopped caring. Here's a $500 skin. Go buy it. What the fuck? You added particle effects and animations, and that's it. Like, one part of a dev team to do the 3D topology, rigging, and animation. 3 people to make a $500 skin in like a month. Like, no fucking duh, these companies aren't going to make games anymore. No duh, every single gaming company wants a live service game. Why do they want a live service game? Because they don't want to have to fucking make another game where they could just farm the same game over and over and over and over and over and over and over again for literally 3, 4, 5 times the amount of profit. And us as consumers have enabled that by giving them the profit and showing them the margins that are available. And now every single fucking game that comes out tries to be a season specific battle pass per year, like some fucking service game copycat monetary copycat model of every other fucking game in existence because they just want a shit ton of money. And they keep failing, and good, fuck you guys. Good. I'm glad Concord failed. I'm glad Redfall, whatever that game was, failed. Thank you for the follow. I'm glad all of your cash grabby bullshit money attempts at making another live service game to try to extract as many hours from players as every other live service game in existence has all been fucking terrible. Good. Thank you, Baldur's Gate. Thank you, any game company making single player games right now, for giving us a game that like we want to play. God, yeah. I can't stand it. I can't fucking stand it. Thank you, Expedition 33. Like every single company that makes not hundreds of millions, not tens of millions, but a couple $1 million in profit, just keep kicking these fucking publishers in the nuts, dude. Just keep kicking them in the nuts, because every game they put out where they lose hundreds of millions of dollars because and that's in lost profits too, by the way, because they released a game that they thought they could milk the shit out of their player base, never went, nah, we're not doing that. Instead of releasing a kind of mediocre game that won't make them a shit ton of profit but makes them profit, good, fuck you guys, because you're just greedy. You're just greedy. You don't need 100, 200, 500 times profit. Get 2. or 3. Just be happy your company is running at all and that you have employees that are paid and happy. Like, you don't fucking need another battle pass driven game. You don't fucking need another skin farming game. You don't need it. And you're driving people away from gaming, period. Your actions are actually reducing the potential revenue of your future games because people are just going, you know what, fuck it, I don't care anymore. And they stop playing. You're killing your own, like, they can't be this fucking stupid, but I guess they can. Like, these companies don't understand that every time they release a flop, their next successful game has less people. Because there are people who hold grudges. There are people who tell their friends to hold grudges. The more you try to fucking diddle your fan base, the higher the likelihood of them never coming back, even if you do make a good game. We need to get shareholders out of the gaming industry. Dear God, we need to get shareholders out of the gaming industry. Companies need to go back to being private. Just make a private game industries. Again, like, I'm gonna lose my goddamn mind, dude. If Steam ever goes IPO, we are fucked. If Steam goes IPO, we are so monumentally, absolutely fucked, dude. I really hope it never does. I can we give Gaben like the elixir of life? Can we just have him live for another like 30 or 40 years until this whole issue with the like money in gaming, until that all blows over?
Hello.
Oh, hi, Franzi. Oh, hey, you evolved. Congrats on your evolution for checking in. I'm ranting about the gaming industry. Again, what else is new? Somebody said something and I just started losing my absolute shit. Yay. I agree with Dunel though. How's the thumb? Healing. It's not getting worse. But I still don't have surface level feeling in my skin. I think I have feeling deeper in, but I don't have surface level feeling in my skin. Above the cut. Below the cut is fine. Above the cut it's not. So, but I think it's slowly coming back. It was like yesterday morning, I couldn't feel anything, and now I think I can slightly feel something. So it's a bit of an improvement, but I'll probably do another 3-hour stream today, instead of a 4-hour stream, because I got some stuff in that I wanna try to take care of today. Tomorrow I'll go ahead and do a full 4 hours because we're doing Twitch plays, so I don't really need to do anything. I can just like hang out and chill here while Twitch plays. And then Sunday will either be 3 or 4 hours, depends on how I'm feeling. And then next Monday we should be back to hopefully our somewhat regularly scheduled programming. I just can't really play games because my thumb is kind of busted, so like I can't use the controller because I can't use the thumbstick. And the space bar is a little bit too uncomfortable right now. I don't want to push it. And I don't want to destroy my voice for talking for 3 hours, 4 hours nonstop every day. If Steam does go IPO, I'm going to sell my PC and buy a dirt bike. Fucking real, dude. Good afternoon and good night. And in chat, good night, Toxin. I hope you sleep well, buddy.
It's almost time for dogs.
I want a dirt bike.
Payment using your eyeballs.
I don't know. Goodbye, grammar. You're fine. You're fine. I hope you sleep well, bud. I'd love to get another dirt bike. Well, another. I'd love to get a dirt bike. I say another because I had one when I was younger. I had a little CRF 150. It was really nice. Yeah, I'd love to get a dirt bike. It'd be really nice. And I just modify it to make it street legal. That'd be fun. Although honestly, I probably still use my bike. Oh, I wasn't leaving. I was just going to something. Oh, okay, Toxin. Good evening, good afternoon, and good night. Oh, okay, I see. How you doing? It would still be really cool to get that generator rack combo thing. Well, rack, the trailer and the generator. Because then I could actually have unlimited range with my bike. I'm doing all right. My thumb's still being a bit problematic. Oh, we can't play the song on stream. This is the VIP thing. Maybe maybe I can convince Moist to give gifts this month. I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't do that. I want the I want it because I want to try it. I want to go on like a trip, you know what I mean? I want to go try something on like one of my days off. I want to try to see like, oh, I'll just take my bike and trailer out. I just see how far I can go. You know what I mean? Like, like the idea of pulling off on the side of the road. I give it the follow. The idea of pulling off on the side of the road and wait, holy shit. Hey, we got the 1,300 followers. Wow, I haven't seen that goal pop up in a while. Damn. What kind of dog are you? Husky. Yeah. Thank you, Francie. But okay, so the idea of pulling off on the side of the road, right? You get a cooler, you bring food, right? You pull off to the side of the road somewhere, you know, quaint. Because I'm in the Northeast. There's fucking trails everywhere. I can just pull off on the side of the road, right? Take out like a thing on a mattress, or like a, not a mattress, but like a pad, put it on the ground, grab some food, turn on the generator, right? Let the bike charge for like an hour or two and just take a nap. I don't know. Husky puppy. Yeah. It's just, the idea is really cool. It's really cool. I could also try to get a 72 volt like extension battery for it. That'd also be cool. Ads. Oh, I'm sorry. 2,841, huh? Hi, Allie. That's not real. 72 volt at 60 amp hours. That's not real. No shot. Yeah, I don't trust that as far because I can fucking throw it for $400. Yeah, no way. Hi. Hello. What happened? What's up? I still don't believe this, dude. Unless batteries have substantially come down in cost. This doesn't make any sense. Yeah, see, that's about right. I got strawberry milkshake. Oh, nice. Nice, something you'll eat. We have roads in the EU, but the road is worse than dirt. Oh, God. Yeah, actually, you know, it's funny you say that because in a lot of cases in the United States, we kind of just leave dirt roads alone because it would be worse for them to transition to pavement because they'd be harder to maintain. could wire. How many would I need? I would need 6. I need 6 12-volt batteries. I was feeling sad, and my friend knows that I left Star because she bought one. Aw, that's sweet. To even take it slow. Them to ask you who you know. I could wire this battery in series and get 72 volts to 12 amp hours. I still need 6 of them though.
I know.
It'd be like 300
Your
bucks.
eyeballs pay for dog's food though.
You would not believe what kind of addict I got. Quality trash bins. Well, were they quality? Two 36-volt batteries would also work. I don't think we're gonna have a 36-volt though. 36 a weird one. It's only 12, 24, 48, 72. Oh, well, there's one. 1,200 bucks for. That satisfies very well. I must have a different style. I could use a 36 to 70 volt. 600 bucks. Would the step up work? Wait, is that battery the? Ah, that's the same one. That's too funny. Apparently Twitch thinks I need high quality trash bins. Well. Do you have high quality trash bins? I could do 36. I don't think it's gonna work. Yeah, I don't think there's a step up converter. I think you'd only do step downs. That's fair. I'm a fox, not a raccoon. No, but I don't need high quality trash bins. Well, apparently Twitch begs otherwise. Set with a 25 amp charge. Jesus Christ. I'm happy if I got a trash bag. Trash bags are kind of important, yeah. Just a little.
Beans.
Beans! Do 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 do. Rainbow Road. So, Ali, how long is it gonna take for you to eat it? Woo! Ba-dum bum, ba-dum bum, ba-dum bum. Dun 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 ba-dum bum. Dun 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 dun. I'm gonna go eat. Okay, Toxin, have a good night. Thank you for the dog treats. Obviously, well. I know, I'm kind of chilling. I got distracted by Amazon shit. I was like, well, if I just put another battery in the back, 72 volt, 105 amp hour. Dude, has battery costs just come down substantially? Because like this would double my range on my battery. I didn't know Twitch made ads with me in it. Oh no, what did you oh, I can't ask. £137. Whew. That's a heavy ass battery. All right, sorry, I got distracted. The high quality trash bins. Oh, okay. You didn't have the sub badge, so I thought you got ads too. That's funny. I'd probably want to get a faster charger, but I'm not sure if it would damage the cells or not. Because I don't want to charge the battery too fast if it's just going to damage the cells. I would rather have it for longer than, you know. I'd have some advertised, but different ones. Oh, which ones did you get? So new Predator movie or show streaming on Disney Plus. God, fucking Disney Plus. And German Burger King. See, this is what I don't understand. Do we really like advertisements nowadays? They don't tell you about new products. I legitimately think advertisements are just used to like push out other products. You know what I mean? Like advertisements nowadays, they feel like more of a reminder and to take away the space from other people. Because who the fuck hasn't heard of Burger King? You know what I mean? Like, I wish, you know, I wish there was some sort of like advertisement company that would actually go out and like, how do I put this? Find advertisements, like advertisements from people that aren't well known, you know, and then like a company whose entire job is to accept advertisement from companies that are not well known and then buy advertisement slots out from underneath the bigger, you know, the bigger companies to get new shit on the map.
It's the Lord of Thunder, Garly Thor.
Hi, Gowathor. How you doing, buddy? Went to the gym today. Oh, how'd you go? Hey, Banana. Hello, Banana. Banana, how's work been? Or vacation, actually. Are you still on vacation? What's up with that? I see you got your sub back. Did you get your, your tier 3 sub at that? Did you get your, account all fixed? It's been a long time. I liked being back. Yeah, it's good to see you, dude. New companies often don't get to make it because the big ones are buying out all the ad spots and they can't advertise their stuff. So yeah, your idea is good, Ammo. Yeah, and like, if you like, it's kind of almost like an investment thing where it's like you're spending probably more money than you're getting paid by these advertisers, but like you can defer the payments to after they get more successful. So it's kind of partially investment and risk management. Oh, that's kind of nifty. I'd have to probably manage it myself, but we can take a look at that another time. How was dog? Dog hurt himself doing bike stuff, so I just opened my thumb. Does dog have enough games to play? I think I do for a little bit. Why? Why do you ask? No, yeah, I sliced open my thumb because I was being an idiot. That's yeah, because I was being dumb and I knew I was being dumb and I was like, I probably shouldn't do this, and I did it anyway and I paid the price for it. So now I'm kind of stuck in just chatting. I'm doing slightly shorter streams until my thumb feels a little bit better so I can get in the games and we can do our 4-hour streams again. So I'm doing 3 to 4 hours. Because I can't play because I can't use the thumbsticks on the controllers and I can't use the spacebar without being concerned. You're being an idiot. No, I was being an idiot. No, I knew it was a problem. I even was like, this is a problem. I should probably do it this way. And I was still a problem. No, I was dumb. Don't worry. I was dumb. I'm not feeling like games recently. Yeah. Yeah. Like, let me go on Steam. Let me go see what Steam's got. I've been playing Nine Souls recently and Monster Hunter Wilds, but oh boy, Monster Hunter's been having a... Yeah, people are now finally getting up in arms about the performance issues with Monster Hunter. Like, if we go to Monster Hunter Wilds and we go to the store page, recent reviews, mostly negative, 5,455. Epic got Deathloop for free this week. Deathloop. I think I removed Epics from my thing. What is this? Oh, mixed reviews, huh? I wanted to try. There was another game I wanted to try, but I can't remember the name of it. But it's no big deal. Some like no, it's a Stalker or something else. All right, let's see what people are complaining about now. I'm Japanese. Okay, let's see what this is. I've seen a lot of JP guys leaving negative reviews. Preface, I'm Japanese. I played most portable games from Monster Hunter 2G except for 4 and 4G. I have 260 plus hours in Hunter rank 400. I was writing this. I would not recommend this game to new and old players, but would keep an open mind when the expansion DLC comes out. Looking at Steam's active player count, we can see a 99% drop in active player count since launch 2 months ago. Wait, seriously? Wait, hang on. Wait, holy shit. Hang on, I'm gonna bring this up on stream so you guys can see it too. Ignore my eyeballs. Okay. All-time peak of 1.38 million players down to a 24-hour peak of 29,000 with 9,000 on right now. Yeah, the derp, yeah. So if we go ahead and look at the full graph. Holy shit! And this was major update. So the 3rd of April from the 3rd of March. So in 1 month, they lost like over 1.1 million players. The performance was met at best. Yeah, you are right. You are 100% correct. That at the very launch of the game, it was fucking awful. There are a lot of YouTubers out there that were just like, I can't play this game with my model loaded. I have to go to PNG Tuber. Like, I have to turn off a bunch of my redeems. I have to do all this shit. I can't play this. Dude, no wonder that fucking... No wonder the category is dead, dude. Look at this. 15,000 players from 1.3 million. They got their money and dipped. Kinda. Monster Hunter always takes a while to cook, though. I guess. Okay. So this is what I was talking about. I talked about on Twitter that they launched Monster Hunter Wilds in order to meet the fiscal goal for their 2024 year because they were about 70 million yen behind. Was it 70 million or 700 million? I think it was 7. I don't remember. But anyway, they were very far behind on their fiscal goal. So they launched the game early so that sales of this game could count towards their shareholder projections for profit of 2024. And they did not release the game with enough stuff. And they're now paying the price. Also, this is a glorified fucking DLC simulator. I showed you guys the other day about all the monster. Hang on. So if I go in here and I go Monster Hunter Wilds DLC Steam. See if this takes us a direct link. Okay. Right. So now let's go to, if we just go to all, this game has had so many fucking DLCs. Congratulations, you have no one to sell it to. Why? Because you probably should have put these in the game as game content. God forbid we have more game content for people to go farm and have fun with and stay playing your game so that other people will buy the DLCs. Okay, if the news are correct, Square Enix needed about $7.65 billion in 4 weeks when they launched Monster Hunter Wilds. Is it Monster Hunter Wilds Capcom? Or is it Square Enix? I saw a vid from Gaming News and I thought that's like Square Enix needed $4 billion in a month or so. I can't remember. Or they... Yeah. They needed a lot of money. Right, Capcom, not Square Enix. Yeah, okay. Yeah, they needed a lot of money to hit their projections. Yeah. Good job, guys. You sure are hitting those projections. Took you March, all of April, all of May. So 3 months. 3 months to lose over 1 million players. Well, technically speaking, you only need a month for that, but shit, dude. Oh. Launched in February 2025. Okay, not really. So, started in March, lost literally half of their player base in 1 month, and then the second month they lost 70% of their player base. Yikes. That's fucking tough, dude. That's tough. Not, but $76 billion in 4 weeks is just insane. Yeah, they got really close, didn't they? Is it $1 billion or is it billion yen? Because I think it might be 76 billion yen. Because they're JP based. And 76 billion yen, I think, works out to like 700 million? Something like that, which is a lot more feasible. I don't think it's dollars. I think it's yen. It could be. It still could be dollars because 76 billion US would be ridiculous. It could be though. That's the problem, is that when it comes to shareholder projections, some companies are just like, send it, and are really bad about it. So I'm not entirely putting it past them, to be completely honest with you. I don't think studios can keep up on that at all. I have put the video. I saw it in the React channel. Oh, okay. Hang on. Thank you. Oh, wow. No, you might not be wrong. Yeah, I think... Oh, your name is... Oh, that's cute. Your name in Discord is Frenzy, and then on here it's Fonzie. Huh. Okay. All right. So I'll check that out in a moment. I'm kind of distracted by something. 112? That's not bad. Five amp. Yeah, that's the one. 84 8 amp. 2 to 8 amp. I'll probably just use that one. 3 amp. 84 3. 84 6. 84 20. I don't know if I'd be comfortable with that. I think mine right now is 5 amps. Do 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 do. $84 volts times 8. Hang on, I need to know how many watts. 84 times 8. 672 watts. I mean, I could just get that one. Is it this one? Ah, that's 3 amps. Where was it? That's the other one. Yeah, that one. 84 10 amp. Yeah, here it is. Model AF 900. I don't know if 10 amp is going to be too much or not. Anyway, sorry. Let me, it doesn't really matter at the moment. Let me go, oh, that's kind of cool. Is that what, maybe that's why? Charge enhancer. Is that what it's used for? Okay, I'm getting way too distracted. Sorry. Okay, let me pull this up because I think this is interesting. Okay. Monster Hole sold 10 million, which is like 700 million. Yeah. Felt the stream keeps featuring being so good. I have it every. Oh, bye, Danelle. Ow, to Electric Boogaloo. Hi, Pancake. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and watch this video. I'm gonna kill the music real quick for you guys, because I think this might have been what I saw as well. So let's see.
Well, everyone, bad things can happen to good games, and this is one of those days. Monster Hunter Wilds has broken records. Like, seriously, it's become
Yeah, 3 months ago.
the selling game ever. It had Steam concurrence of 1.3 million, which is insane, and an estimated 8 million copies sold.
Oh, this
in
seems really
just 3
quiet.
days. That is absolutely cracked. And right now, it's the 5th highest player count on Steam ever, which is a massive victory.
Why do people not balance their audio correctly, dude? You're at negative 15 dB. Come on.
Like that in PC. The PC version has been teetering
Herb activated.
at, well, the 50s in terms of its review score.
This is the React content I'm here for.
Unplayable because of
Dude, I literally
devastating
couldn't make this any louder for you guys unless I turned on
up by the likes of
the
Digital
fucking game.
Foundry. But
Like,
when you filter by
dude has a
language,
crazy ass
well,
mic
you
and
find that actually
100,000.
Chinese speaking reviews
Yeah.
are utterly scathing compared to English speaking reviews, and it's not even close. So the whole story's odd, but it's not odd in one sense. The reason why is fairly interesting, but most important and looming over all of this is that Capcom appear to have calculated this in advance and decided that all of this chaos was an acceptable cost of doing business. And if you look at their sales numbers,
Yeah.
they are right. It's not like this bombed on Steam. It is peaking on Steam.
Thank you for the pets.
But what if I told you that Capcom rushed PC because they found themselves 3/4 into the fiscal year, but only just over halfway to their revenue target, meaning that to hit targets and, well, for the people who run the show to please the people who they ultimately are accountable to, something bad had to happen, something had to give. Monster Hunter World hit PC 6 months after console. Rise hit PC 9 months after Switch. Wilds, though, as we learn here, well, it did not have that luxury. What this could and should have been is the absolute validation.
Oh god,
of
that
Capcom's
frame rate.
strategy that they've rolled.
Look at
out
that
over the last
fucking
while.
frame rate,
Sadly,
dude.
though, it is that, but only on paper. Now, as a game, this is perfectly capitalizing on, well, player interest and deep systems-driven.
That was a
co-op
fucking trailer
experiences.
too.
It's doing that perfectly.
See,
And
okay, so here's the amazing thing. Here's the amazing thing. I'm streaming to you guys live right now at 60 FPS. We're watching in 4K. There we go. We're going to watch in 4K 60 FPS, right? So because I'm streaming to you guys in 60 frames per second, it means that you can see the frame rate when it trashes itself.
last while. Sadly, though, it is that, but only on
Look
paper.
at that.
Now,
Look at that
over
fucking.
the last
Look at the
while.
frame rate
Sadly, though, it is
of that
but
compared to
only
my
on paper.
movement.
Now,
That's
as a
fucking
game, this is
atrocious,
perfectly
dude.
capitalizing on
That was
player
below
interest,
30.
Systems-driven co-op experience.
And that was a trailer? That was like a thing they showed the public?
Have pushed a 20-year-old niche franchise off the Nintendo 3DS and into the mainstream on consoles. Critics love it. Sales are astronomical. There are a few design choices that are clearly aimed at their newer market, like the kind of walk and talk style PlayStation AAA sequences that some people don't love. But what you find is most of the gameplay complaints evaporate once people hit high rank endgame. That
Yeah.
basically shows us that as Monster Hunter, this is goddamn incredible.
Yeah,
But
Monster
what does
as a
not
Monster
happen
Hunter game, it is a good
technical
game.
disasters, and they truly are disasters. While console versions run
24 is the
relatively
absolute
smoothly,
minimum.
PC is a technical catastrophe. Digital Foundry didn't mince
I
their
mean,
words.
yes,
Monster Hunter
technically,
Wilds, we
kinda.
can't recommend the PC version. Substantial technical problems.
Like 24 frames, like cinematic and stuff like that is fine. I still think, in my opinion, 30 is the minimum, and anything under 30 is just really, really bad. Anything that is not filmed on a camera needs to be 30 or higher. If it's filmed on a camera, I'll give you down to 24. But if it's like digital for any reason, 30 is the absolute minimum. Absolute minimum.
must be addressed. When I say must, they really do mean it. These are bad. They warn against you playing on anything that's got less than 8 gigs of VRAM. They note the DLSS is ineffective, which is
Look at PlayStation 3 level texture quality. In many shots and many textures look like they had loaded incorrectly. Yeah.
kind of concerning, right?
Look at this. So I'll go ahead and read this out. After all of the pop-ups, like any casual user, I used the game's default detected settings and set DLSS to DLSS is the worst fucking thing for gamers, dude. It has become, I swear, it has become the Achilles heel of every single game. Oh, we're sorry you can't render this at native resolution. Let's render this at a lower resolution and AI upscale it. It's fine. How about no? How about like every game that came out 5 years ago and prior, we just fucking render it at native resolution. And if you can't do that, fix it. Anything that has DLSS, I ain't playing. Yeah, anything that requires DLSS to be any sort of playable frame rate is garbage. I'll still play it, but it's garbage. DLSS is a cheap way to skip out on graphic design. Yeah, and it's a cheap way to skip out on like LODs and level of detail like polygons and like all this other shit and just be like, yeah, just throw it upscaling. Yeah, you can run it at 15 frames per second. It's like, do you guys understand how this works? On a 4060, loading up the game presented more issues with PlayStation 3 level texture quality in many shots and many textures that just straight up look like they haven't loaded correctly. One character's white coat was rendered multicolor by mosaic artifacts. That is not how you spell the word artifacts. That's artifacts. Artifacts. R-A-T-R-I. Oh, maybe that is the correct way to use it if you're using it as a artifacting. Hang on. Let me check. I wonder if I'm wrong. Oh, it's the British spelling. Okay, it's me. It's me. Due to poorly configured texture compression, after getting a character control following the intro cut screen, each turn of the camera was greeted by noticeable stutters. This sort of stuttering is often triggered by streaming textures into the VRAM, but the VRAM meter in the settings wasn't showing good performance, making it far from a helpful indicator for a casual user. Turning down the settings from default high to medium solved the camera turning stutter on the 4068 gig, but I saw similar texture quality issues on the 4070 12 gig. It is also worth noting that users of higher end GPUs can download the quote unquote highest quality textures as a separate DLC, but this was not available. Yeah, it ain't good. I have heard of games that use DLSS that don't have any shadows without. What? I mean, I will say straight up, Franzi, if you're here the next time that I play Monster Hunter, tell me to do this and I'll do it. Legitimately, the game works worse without DLSS. Like, it feels like they were relying on the blurriness of DLSS to help smooth over edges as like an anti-aliasing thing. If you play Monster Hunter Wilds without DLSS, it looks awful. Also, I got gifted a sub, but it didn't count towards food. Does anyone have a bit? Does anyone have a single bit that they could throw at me? I want to know if the meter's working or not. Let me see. Hang on.
Just one bit. Pride 2.
Okay, it's working. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I just want to make sure the gauge was working, so it was tracking. Okay, we're good. Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, also, I don't play or anything that has only TAA as anti-aliasing. That's fair. Okay.
It points at some of the underlying problems, and they even express shock at the hardware requirements for even
Monster Hunter Wilds makes for a confusing PC release with staggeringly poor performance on lower end graphics cards, to the extent that we don't recommend the game at all on these systems, and relatively meager visual rewards given the performance requirements. That's a harsh assessment, but it's just unfortunately justified one based on the profound performance problems that need to be addressed. It's
based on
bad.
performance. This should not be the way that it is. People are reporting texture pop-ins, disastrous frame rates, crashes constantly, multiplayer failures, and progression blocking bugs. I mean, at least we've got a few hilarious screenshots from it.
It is pretty funny.
In a way, you could look at all of that and think, there's another Capcom game, Dragon's Dogma 2, that had a lot of problems.
I heard
PC,
about-
and that
yeah,
does
I heard
raise
about this.
serious questions about RE Engine's capability to handle open worlds.
It was never fucking designed for this, dude. It was never designed for this. The Resident Evil engine was not designed for fucking sprawling open world games. It was designed for Resident Evil games. which are highly detailed things in very small areas. That's what it was designed to do. Capcom making the go-ahead to use RE Engine on Monster Hunter was probably one of the worst fucking decisions they could have done for Wild. Like, no, it probably wouldn't have been better on other game engines. No, fuck, scratch that. It would have been better on other game engines. Not by much, but it would have been better than trying to shoehorn Resident Evil's game engine into Monster Hunter. I'll go ahead and read this out for people who are listening. Capcom's RE Engine is largely responsible for the bugbears you'll run into while playing the game. That's cute. So they're not bugs, they're bugbears because they're so fucking big that they're reiterating our performance review, the RE Engine was primarily designed for linear games like Resident Evil, which it was named for. Making it worse is advanced pathing for every NPC, which is why even on my Core i9 4900K, my frame rate will drop to 50 FPS in towns where dozens of citizens are devouring my CPU bandwidth. Dragon's Dogma 2 being so reliant on your CPU and memory was kind of unexpected. By and large, games, particularly action role-playing games, have been dependent more on graphics cards as time has gone on, whereas GPUs like the 4080 Super have been improving faster than CPUs have. Then, out of the blue, we get a game that needs a hefty CPU to run it at its best, and we're stuck with poor performance. Hi, Ali, welcome back. No, you're okay. They should get its own engine for open world stuff. That is just stupid. 100,000%, dude. Do that. Whatever. But 100,000%. Like, we should have never, like, they should have, between World being as successful as it was and Wilds, they should have just been like, okay, we need to fork the RE Engine off and work on making it better for open world.
Now, for Dragon's Dogma 2, the devs eventually found that NPCs were bottlenecking like the CPU side of things majorly in town areas. That was just like a root problem.
Okay, so we have another post on stream. Again, this is just for people who are listening. Dragon Dogma 2 update brings frame rates to 50 to 60 FPS for both PS5 and Xbox Series X. We look into changes and improvements made to the game with a September update through the developer interviews and actual gameplay. That's the title. This is the article. In this game, CPU power is allocated to process the thoughts of each NPC and their impact on the character's physical calculations. Jesus Christ. Therefore, in sequences where many NPCs appear at the same time, such as in towns, the load on the CPU was very high, which affected the frame rate. Because the CPU was the bottleneck, reducing the load on the GPU side, such as lowering the resolution, which is very true for this game, had little effect on improving the frame rate. Thank you for the pass. To improve this problem, we have been reviewing the process of NPC thoughts and making fine adjustments such as the execution order of each processes and the updates since the release. As of the title update on September 17th of 2024, and a result of the reducing the load on the CPU, it is possible to play the game at approximately 50 to 60 FPS on the PlayStation 5. Why? Why are NPCs having any thoughts, period? Yeah, like we're talking to MLAI, like machine learning bullshit. There should be no thoughts. Every single thing should just be scripted. Are they taking like shortcuts and all of the things that the NPCs are doing to like by just being like do this, and then letting them calculate whatever they need to do between there? Why? Everything in the game should just be scripted. There shouldn't be any logical it should be go to this vertice, execute this animation sequence, then go to this vertice. Like, that shouldn't take a whole lot of calculation. What the fuck are they doing
in that game? With Wilds, it does seem the issues are more complex. There are theories everywhere, of course. Those range from a botched direct storage implementation to a really simple, funny one of a misspelled config file.
Which, by the way, turned out to be a red herring because people went into the game engine and went into the hex editor for the game engine and found that the misspelling also existed in the game engine, which means that fixing the spelling of resolution actually just unbound the property in the INI file, which forced the game engine to default to a different property. You didn't actually fix it, You broke it, and by breaking it, it forced the game engine to fall back on something that was better performance. If then else logic exists for good reason, exactly.
Fixing the config file does not make all the problems go away, sadly. Those are theories. Right now, we do not rock solid know exactly what the problems are, but it's clear that there are problems. And what makes this real frustrating
This dude is in a loft, and that's kind of dope.
is comparison. Look at the relatively smooth launches of, say, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. There are other big...
Dude, you need to fucking
gorgeous
speak
games on
up,
PC
man.
that have had good launches. And Capcom's only response has just been generic advice like, check your system's requirements and update your drivers.
Oh
which
my
is
God.
not reassuring to people.
I hate when companies do this, dude. Like, this gets under my skin. You are being flooded. You are being flooded by people saying there's performance issues. And instead of acknowledging it, which you should do, because genuinely speaking, just acknowledging something can relieve the burden of it could just relieve the burden on the company. We know there's performance, like at the very top, just be like, hey guys, we know there's performance issues with the game. We're working on going through and seeing what we can do to help the game run better. Until then, here's some things that you can do. That's all you need to do. You can just be like, yeah, we know. And be like, oh, okay. Because the amount of people, dude, the amount of fucking people who are like, well, I could run the game just fine at 60 to 70 FPS. It just must be a you problem. Isn't it more of a legal thing? It can be. There's, yeah, you're not wrong. There is a admittance of like guilt. There is an admittance of guilt, but I don't think it comes to that. And I don't think it would matter in this particular side of things. Some things, yeah, but I don't think this one.
Spent $70 on a game that I would go as far as saying is unplayable. Some of that's the quality of the software, some of that is my own standards, but fuck it, I wouldn't play that. Now, it's worth mentioning the other sort of modern Capcom special here. There are some stupid...
Yeah. Yep. I'm not even going to comment on this.
Microtransactions. I mean, hey, like at least part of the Capcom formula is also banger video games, right? So thumbs up for that, but it's...
Wild is a good game. As in like the core gameplay loop of smack around big monster and get dopamine. It's good. But
got the usual, there's a torrent of day one microtransactions.
By the way, guys, I would like to say, normally when I'm watching videos, right? When I'm watching videos, I have my slider for the audio output for the video kind of turned down so that I'm still louder than the video. I have this bitch at 0. I literally cannot make this any louder. That's how quiet this video is.
Cosmetic things. There's a cosmetic bundle that contains all of those, plus the promise of future ones. And worst of all, there's a character and Palico edit voucher thing going on. They're sold in packs of 3 at $6 each after your first one, which doesn't really feel good. And the edit vouchers deserve special attention here. I mean, it's weird. They're edit vouchers that just cost nearly 10% of the base game, but as noted by VGC,
VGC article, Monster Hunter Wilds locks character editing behind microtransactions. Which, like, fucking excuse you? Monster Hunter Wilds locks the ability to change the physical feature of the player and their palicles behind microtransactions. These options, along with other microtransaction offerings have available for Monster Hunter Wilds, were not available to test during the review period. However, they were mentioned in social media last week. Monster Hunter has gotten off to a huge start since the release. The game, which has received praise from fans outside of the performance issues, smashed through 1 million concurrent Steam players on launch night. However, performance issues have plagued the game's debut, leading Capcom to respond. VGC's 5-star Monster Hunter Wilds review, which was played on PlayStation 5 Pro, calls it a victory lap for Capcom's golden age, concluding, Monster Hunter Wilds is confident, bold, and one of the best Monster Hunter games ever, thanks to its ability to stand on the shoulders of giants world and prove fuck you.
They were not available during the review period, and that conveniently prevented critics from
Yeah. Oh, we just happened to leave out an important detail about not being able to edit the thing you created until you're so far along that you have this like weird attachment to it and you want to change it, but you don't want to start the game over.
Factoring those into their review scores. Even though I like Capcom, I really like what they're doing with their games, but that is scummy. So by now you understand, right, that there are problems here, but they're problems that are in an otherwise
This dude's this guy peaked out at -12 and going all the way down into -35. Your dynamic range is ass, dude. You need to compress the shit out of that
game. We're going to have to talk about the money and
I like Capcom. Why do you like a corporation? Exactly.
why this has happened. But first, we've got the curious case of the
Right now he's peaking at 35.
reviews being truly strange. Looking deeper into the
And then he just peaked at 15. Dude, that's a 20 dB different. Oh, sorry, 25. That's a 10 dB different.
Steam reviews reveal something.
Sorry, I'm picky
fascinating
with
that
my
I
audio.
didn't expect. On Friday morning after launch, English language reviews were actually 64% positive.
Oh, this is very interesting. Wait, this is very interesting. I didn't know there was a place for this. So you can actually Steam reviews by language, which is pretty cool. Weirdly, the video was louder for me. Have you set the audio in your browser? Nope. Nope, it's peaked out. It is max. Everything is max. And I'm recording directly, like my OBS is recorded directly through my stuff. So, wow, banana, just barely. So check this out. Portion of 100%. So 39% English and 33% Chinese. That's kind of insane. Positive to negative review. Wow, dude. 3 times negative reviews for China. That's really interesting. The mixer from Windows. The mixer from Windows wouldn't affect the output because the output takes it directly from thingy, but I can check. Nope, it's all peaked. Here, you know what? Here's what I can do.
If you just
Watch
look
this, you ready? Let's go through. This is normally pretty balanced. See, that's loud, right?
Well, everyone, bad things can happen to good games, and this is one of those days.
Sorry.
Chinese language reviews started at a brutal 11% positivity.
I'll go back here.
Positive. If you just into the Steam reviews, reveal something fascinating. That
Yeah,
I
it's very
didn't
big
expect.
difference. Yeah, it's literally just the video.
On Friday morning after launch, English language reviews were actually 64% positive. If you just looked at the Steam page, you wouldn't have thought that. Those climbed to 67% by Monday, which is not stellar. You need 70% plus for a positive rating, but hey, it is far better than the overall score the game had at that time. And across most regions, the reviews fluctuated between 65% and 80% positivity.
Ah. Oh, I wish Hera was here, dude. The 2 Bulgarian reviews. 100%. For those who are not aware, Hera is one of our Bulgarian viewers. That's so funny. It is so funny to be like 20 people from Indonesia reviewed it, 30 people from Ukraine reviewed it, 31 people from Danish reviewed it, 41 from Vietnamese, 37 from like infinitesimally small. You have 100 or you have over 1 million players, right? And 60 people from Czech reviewed it. You know what I mean? 2 people from Bulgaria. You have over 1 million players and like 2 of them. I don't know. This
by
is funny.
Monday. So why is the average so low? China. Yeah, it's China. Chinese language reviews started at a brutal 11% positivity. They only reached 24% positivity by Monday. And this actually matters a lot because, in case you haven't noticed, China's rather large, and Chinese reviews make up roughly 40% of total reviews for this game in Steam. The Chinese gaming market is predominantly PC focused because they didn't really have consoles for a long time.
Oh, interesting.
And they're just
I'm watching Bulgaria get slapped around by a confederation.
real unforgiving of bad PC performance. They really do seem to be. Now, you could perhaps say that Western players who are more emotionally attached to this brand are just
Dude, look at this fucking quality.
Now, you could perhaps say that Western
Like, what is this? Look at this is a fucking square. Look at this resolution on this rope. This is like trailer footage.
Players who are more emotionally attached.
Look at this. Oh, there goes the market. They got the Skyrim ropes, yeah. I think this one is from World.
Are just more forgiving, right? So
Okay, this is from World.
many people in the West.
Okay, so I'm being harsh on World. Okay, this is okay. This is fine.
Yes, because again, Monster Hunter was more of a console thing.
Yeah, this is World. Okay, all right.
China
That's fine. That's okay. That's fine.
Recent. China really is ingrained on mobile
Are those the Oblivion robes?
phones
Oh my god.
and PC. So with China, it basically seems you've got an absolutely
Oh no. Oh no.
humongous
Oh, hi,
gaming
Adam.
audience, a humongous audience in Steam, right? They
So I buy it now or bank on it getting lower.
are very, very PC focused. They don't have a lot of brand affinity with Monster Hunter. They probably are.
Well, we'll
aware
only be
of
live.
just
I'll probably finish out the react to this video and then I'll be
how,
ending
like,
stream.
massively hyped up it is because, of course, they can't access the other Monster Hunter games in Steam, which means that they play this at launch and basically go, "What the hell is
It has been a
happening?"
bit. How have you
Maybe
been?
A negative review. So, a fairly interesting quirk,
Oh, hi,
I
Spicy.
suppose, of how games have developed across different regions, but in no way is this a
And give me the
surprise.
pet.
And so, with this
Hello, how are
first
you doing?
mystery, a rather pedestrian one solved, I think we've got to talk about the second mystery, because you're probably looking at all of this, looking at the funny screenshots and thinking, there's no way that Capcom didn't know this would happen. I mean, there are problems on basically every PC. It's not a rare issue. So why did Capcom not delay this game to fix it? Because they've had other delayed releases for Monster Hunter games on PC. Well,
Minor
the
spelling
answer
mistake.
is money. Last quarter,
There it is. All right. The company also worked on increasing earnings through efficient operation of amusement arcades and the promotion of store openings and new store formats and arcade operations, as well as through the continued, because we needed more arcades, introduction of smart pallet machines and the utilization of the company's popular intellectual properties in amusement equipment. In addition to such activities, the company utilized high popular brands of film and television productions, licensed merchandise, and esports. Because esports is notoriously good for making money, right? I'm doing okay. I hurt my thumb. That's why we're not doing a full stream. We're doing 3/4 streams just because I'm trying to chill. And I can't do anything with my thumb as it is right now, and I have a lot of work I'm doing on the bike and a bunch of stuff. Okay. As a result, the earnings for the 9 months ended in December 31st of 2024 made favorable progress with consolidated net sales of 88 million yen. 88,000 million yen.
Hourly payment using
Because
your
I hate companies. Because instead of just doing 88 billion yen, they did 88,000 million yen. Because that fucking makes sense. So the average sales of 88.8 billion yen, down 16%. Operating on an income of 31 billion yen, down 35%. Ordinary income of 31 billion yen, down 36%. And a net income attributed to owners of the parent of 26 billion yen.
Capcom saw a 33% drop in income and a 16% drop in net sales year on year because they had a lack of major releases. Now here's the spicy bit. Their forecast
So we're just gonna have billionaires in Kibble, yeah? Well, they're getting ready for map voting in Overwatch. Delta's still ranting about sound quality always.
projects 165 billion yen in net sales this year. That's, of course, this financial year. But as of December 31st, they'd only made 88.5 billion. Now, 31st.
So it's not dollars. It is yen. What the hell happened when I left? Yes. This is 88 billion yen, and they projected 165 billion yen. So it is not dollars because this guy apparently just likes misleading titles. This is yen, right? Dollars are USD. So 88 billion or 80 billion yen. I think it's roughly $800 million or so.
Net sales this year. That's, of course, this financial year. But as of December 31st, they'd only made 88.5 billion. Now, you don't really need to be a mathematician to know that one of those numbers is a lot smaller than the other number. They are 3 quarters into the year, but only halfway to their revenue.
Let me check. Let me do the conversion.
This is a problem. Q4, the quarter that we're in now, has got to generate almost as much as the previous 3 quarters combined. And outside of live service stuff, Wilds is their only big
Okay,
release.
so
It's their
80
only
billion
option.
yen is half a
Unlike
million
Monster
or half
Hunter
a
World,
billion
which
dollars.
released on PC 6
552 billion or
consoles,
552
Capcom
million.
basically could not afford to stagger the release because even with the
So $60 game with 1 million players is $60 million. So they would need 10 million game copy sales to hit their target, which I don't know if they hit.
PC is big, PC only seems to be getting bigger, and a PC release was likely needed to guarantee their sales target, because if they missed sales targets, even though their big marquee game Monster Hunter sold well on consoles, that would probably spook the market. So it came out when it came out, with a whole month worth of sales to let them sail past 165 billion yen. That is likely a major part of why Wilds did not get the PC time that it, as a game, deserves, and that
here
us
it goes.
as customers deserve. The other part of the puzzle is that to Capcom, they don't need to fix if they can mitigate. So, PS5 Pro, PS5, Series X, Series S. That is 4 hardware targets. PC is obviously exponentially more complex. I mean, even just the problems that game devs have had with, Intel CPUs and drivers. Hasn't that been fun? Getting it right then in PC would have taken time that they did not have. That meant that Capcom only had one option, a strategy of mitigation. Well, there's the option of a delay, but as I've just covered, that's obviously not what was going to happen. So what they did is they ran 2 full PC betas to identify the worst problems, they launched a benchmark tool to sort of warn off players on weaker machines, and they just relied on their fan base's willingness to look past issues. And certainly if you compare the English and Chinese language reviews, you sort of think, well, the English speakers are probably going to be the more core Monster Hunter people. I suppose it kind of did work.
Yeah.
I mean, from where I'm sitting, it did work. They've got a lot of sales. And it has worked before. I mean, Dragon's Dogma 2 sold 3 million.
8 million.
Got a lot of sales.
So 60 million for... No, that's USD. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I didn't compare it. So they needed, what, half a billion? So they needed... So if they got 6, that's $360 million. So 8 million in sales, 360 million plus. Yeah, they kind of just barely did it.
And it has worked before. I mean, Dragon's Dogma 2 sold 3 million.
Little late there, Banana.
It was considered a real big success for Capcom. More tellingly, though, Monster Hunter World sold 5 million copies just on the last-gen consoles. It then rose to 10 million after its delayed PC release. And it's not like its release was great. It launched to sub 50% user reviews as well.
Yeah, so... This one was also because of really shitty performance. This one was because of the Denuvo performance issues. Yeah, so that was a thing. We found out that Denuvo was tanking FPS because they like implemented it improperly into the game or something. And then like people were literally using cheat engines just to disable the cheat software and not cheat. Like people were cheating to disable the cheat software and then playing the game like normal because they just wanted more frames.
Which kind of means if you're Capcom, you look at all of this and you think, bad release, Steam reviews, not a problem for us. We've got Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter is more powerful than a spooky red bit of lettering on Steam. And thus far, Wilds is performing better than World in like both reviews and sales. And that means that hitting the shared release date at the expense of further PC optimization, I would say basic PC optimization, like product speaking, well, that's
Helldivers 2 would run on my PC if it wasn't for the anti-cheat.
Stalker, now Monster Hunter, audiences are willing to forgive performance issues.
If it's just frame rate, maybe.
Attached to. at least as much as this one, and as long as there's an expectation that improvement is possible. And I suppose
I will say the
well,
cinematic
all this brings
cutscenes
me
are
to
really high
DJ
quality
Khaled
for
album. Suffering from success, that's what's happening to PC.
Wild.
PC is becoming more important, but it almost seems that ports are getting worse these days, which kind of seems insane, but I can see why. If PC is more important to the bottom line, then delaying in PC will hurt more. And unlike consoles, PC, well, it is
Then, yeah,
genuinely
maybe.
a harder problem in terms of optimization and launches than consoles are, right? That's a genuine challenge. And if there's one thing that our industry historically and currently sucks at, it's giving engineers the
Ads
time
suck,
they
I
need
know.
to actually do
Your
shit
eyeballs
right.
pay
So
for dogs'
you would think
food,
the
though.
importance of PC would
Thanks for paying for my
increase
food, I
the
appreciate it.
value of the PC port being good. In a way it does, but in reality, we're seeing companies simply not think that the damage of a rough launch is worth the delay if their franchise is strong. And at the end of the day, it's all down to
Thankfully,
incentives.
Grand Theft Auto has not
In the way
gone the
you
same
first
route.
think. So let me explain. A smaller publisher or an indie dev might rush out a game because they're incentivized by actually getting some money so they don't literally go bust. But a giant publicly traded AAA could delay. They can tank that.
Oh,
But so often they don't, and game releases
that
feel
fucking
rushed.
stock
And that's
spike,
because the
man.
C-suite decision makers are working on their own incentives to keep investors happy. That's actually what you're doing. If
385% over a fucking bad year. Some franchises can crumble pretty fast if the games that launch as bad as open beta. Yeah. Take a look at Battlefield.
Value it produces, but so often it doesn't. It aligns
Battlefield
the
has
value with the
not been good.
short-term, not long-term value. And that's not because good games are bad business. It's because the market itself is a game with its own rules, its own norms, its own incentives. And when the bigwigs are playing that game, the upshot is damage to our games. And that has just happened to Monster Hunter. Time and time again, we see this. And in the case of Riot Games, well, they're 100% owned by Tencent. Tencent has still got to play to the market, and it's pretty damn clear that things are not all great at Riot. They've literally...
Yep. I think this is bait into another content. But yeah, so yeah, I don't remember if it was specifically this video, but yeah, pretty much. Game company went, hey, we need money now. Hey, kiddo.
Hello, everyone.
So, yeah, I'm only gonna do 3 hours today. I'm only gonna do 3 hours. I want to get some stuff done, and I want to go relax and just. I'm still very sore from working, and I'm still working. Yeah, we've been live for 3 hours, so we're at the end of stream, unfortunately. Sorry, buddy. You popped in a bit late, but it's good to see you. Yeah, it's good to see you. We'll have a full stream tomorrow since it's Twitch Plays, and I want to make sure you guys have thank you for the follow. Since it's Twitch Plays tomorrow, I want to make sure you guys have your full full day to play, and then I'm going to maybe do a 3 hour on Sunday, and then we'll come back. So, all right, everybody. Yes, the outro is always a pitch for other videos. I mistook the title as dollars, but that was my fault. No, I don't think you mistook the title as dollars. Oh, 76 billion. Yeah, that was very purposely ambiguous. Don't worry about it. But yeah, all right. So I'm gonna head off. Thank you guys for hanging out. I appreciate it. As always, if you want to support me, there's a throne. There's bits. Please help me. My bike things were expensive. Anyway, I'm gonna go now. Have a wonderful night. Bye, guys.